Greetings and welcome back to my channel. Have you ever lost something on your computer? Yeah, I did. The first video for this I did, it was all outside, and it was, it was okay. It wasn't the greatest cinematography in the world, but which of my videos is? But I had it back on my computer, and I recorded that Jamu video. I recorded over it with the Jamu video. So this video I want to talk about the health benefits of turmeric. This is like the first, turmeric and ginger. And then in the second video, which will be from the other day, and it was a continuation of a video that no longer exists, that's when I talk about how to plant it and what to do with it in the garden and how to propagate it and all that. Sources for getting rootstock and all that jazz. But the science behind what we're doing is why we're consuming it. Besides the fact that turmeric and ginger taste good, I mean, they're really great additions to a million different things. I keep finding ways to put it into stuff. In fact, the other day, I just make like a little slurry of it, just throw it in the blender and whiz it up with a bunch of, well, not a bunch, but some water, make a slurry. I added it to red beans and rice, right? It added a nice earthy character. So it's some turmeric and ginger is what I put in. And other than that, you couldn't tell, other than the yellow color, you couldn't tell that it was traditional red beans and rice. I bet some Cajuns would immediately look at it and go, what is wrong with that rice? What is wrong? I could have done it in the rice, actually, but I put it in the red beans. What's wrong with that red beans? But it tasted great, and it was good for you. So the health benefits are what I want to talk about here today. So turmeric, I'm going to talk about turmeric first, and then talk about ginger. And this stuff is all over the internet. You can find this anywhere. In fact, this is just a couple of different articles on turmeric and ginger. But turmeric so just what you do is you just Google turmeric health benefits or ginger health benefits, and there's tons and tons of stuff. So turmeric contains a bioactive compound, or many bioactive compounds with powerful medicinal properties. Curcumin, which is the active ingredient in turmeric, is a natural anti-inflammatory compound, and that is a huge benefit to us. I used to wake up sore all the time, and stiff, and trying to move my muscles, and it would take a while to get going. And I'm doing much better with that since I've added turmeric and ginger to my diet. So turmeric dramatically increases the antioxidant capacity of the body. So free radicals, the things that cause problems with your DNA, that cause cells to start reproducing, cancer, right? So antioxidants are really good for you. Curcumin, the active ingredient, boosts brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF, linked to improved brain function and lower risk of brain diseases. So they used to think that neurons, and especially brain neurons, once you got to a certain age, you didn't make any more. And you didn't make any more connections, you didn't grow any more neurons. Well, they've since discovered that that's not true. And that BDNF is the thing that you need to increase the ability to grow new neurons. So curcumin, the active ingredient in turmeric, it helps to boost that factor. And curcumin in turmeric is actually a fairly low percentage of the components of turmeric. Something like 3% is curcumin. and it's hard for the body to use the form that's in turmeric. But if you combine it with a chemical called piperine, it can increase the amount that the body can use by 2,000% or 200 times, right? And piperine is found in black pepper. So anytime that you put turmeric into something, you put black pepper in it. Just a little bit, just a little bit. And it will vastly improve the medicinal qualities, the good stuff of the turmeric that's in your food. So that jamu, there's black pepper in it. Excuse me. Curcumin should lower your risk of heart disease. So the anti-inflammatory properties of curcumin help with the problems that are associated with heart disease. So thickening of artery walls, all those things that are a result of a classic Western diet, classic. But the Western diet that we have now, full of processed foods, white foods, right? White flour, white sugar, all those sorts of chemical-laden things harden our arteries and increase the amount of plaque buildup. Curcumin should help deal with that because of its anti-inflammatory properties. Turmeric can help prevent and perhaps even treat cancer. Again, antioxidant issues. That treatment, this is perhaps even treat. A lot of people have responded or have reported not having to do chemotherapy and those sorts of things. Now, I'm not recommending any of that stuff. I just want you to know that turmeric has been used for anti-cancer stuff for 1,000 years or more. Curcumin may be useful in preventing and treating Alzheimer's disease. Again, with the plaque buildups in the brain and with anti-inflammatory issues. Arthritis patients respond very well to curcumin supplements. So this is high supplements, thousands of, 100% curcumin, and taken at large doses. It'd be hundreds of times more than you would get from regular turmeric. But there's plenty of people that say it, and I'm one of them, that says, hey, it's helping with my stiffness. I'm not feeling the pain in my joints just from adding fresh turmeric to my diet. Studies show that curcumin has incredible benefits against depression. So the standard understanding of depression is that as a result of brain chemicals being out of whack in your brain, in your body, you get depression, right? So brain chemicals out of whack equals depression. Well, a new understanding is that depression is that the brain chemicals being out of whack is a result of the depression, right? Or as a result of inflammation. So even inflammation in the brain, right? So the anti-inflammatory effects of turmeric, of curcumin and turmeric, may actually reduce your risk and even be a treatment for depression. I know that since I wasn't depressed so much as just down before, but since taking it, I'm feeling better. I'm feeling like more clear-headed. That could be a result of losing weight and all sorts of things, but I'm eating this stuff and I'm feeling better. So I think it has some benefits in depression. Curcumin may help delay aging and fight age-related chronic diseases. again, with the anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, all those sorts of things that break down your body because of a Western diet. If you change your diet, add green leafy vegetables, make that the primary source of your caloric intake, and add anti-inflammatories like turmeric and ginger, then you're going to see these benefits. Now, ginger, again, is thousands of years. Both of these plants have been consumed as medicine for thousands of years, just not in our diet, right? Ginger contains gingerol, a substance with powerful medicinal properties. Ginger can treat many forms of nausea, especially morning sickness. I know growing up, we used to, our dads would give it to us when we go out on the boat, and it would be in the form of ginger snaps and ginger ale, and that would cure or prevent our seasickness. Right? They didn't give us pills; they gave us cookies, and it worked. One time I remember being a little seasick, and even then, had the ginger snaps. Right? Ginger may reduce muscle pain and soreness. I'm definitely experiencing that in conjunction with the turmeric. The anti-inflammatory effects can help with osteoarthritis. Again, in conjunction with turmeric, what a boost, right? Ginger may drastically lower blood sugars and improve heart disease risk factors. So, pre-diabetic or diabetic, this may really, really help. Ginger is again sort of the antidote for that Western diet. Ginger can help treat chronic indigestion. I'm thinking I haven't had any indigestion since I've really been increasing ginger, but I know a lot of folks they'll drink a ginger tea and it helps with indigestion. Ginger powder may significantly reduce menstrual pain. It's a good thing. Ginger may lower cholesterol levels. Cholesterol is not an issue that I have in terms of having high cholesterol levels. My cholesterol has been out of whack a little bit. I tend to I'm genetically, I'm really lucky that way. We have low cholesterol, but there's LDL and HDL. There's supposed to be a ratio there that you want to maintain, and you want to have more HDL. You're always going to have lower HDL than LDL, but you want to have as much HDL as possible, which is a good high density lipoprotein as opposed to low density lipoprotein. LDL is the bad stuff, HDL is the good stuff. So you want to have less LDL and more HDL. I've had more LDL in my little ratio, but it's always been really low. But ginger specifically goes after LDL and helps with your LDL. So if you're having cholesterol issues, eat ginger. Ginger contains a substance that may prevent cancer. Together, these two plants are just like amazing in what they can do. Ginger may improve brain function and protect against Alzheimer's disease, again with the anti-inflammatory effects. And finally, the active ingredient in ginger can help fight infections. So many cultures other than ours have used ginger in a tea form when you get cold, and helps fight those things off. Now, don't take my word for it. Go out and do your own research. I highly recommend these plants. They are great. It's fun too. It's sort of an adventure to see how I can include them in our diet. As the primary chef in my family's life, it is it's neat to try and sneak it in. But then the yellow color shows up, and you're like, and my son, he's like, isn't there turmeric in this? Like, yeah, he's like, I can't taste it, but I can tell it's in there. I'm like, yeah, exactly. So it's also fun. It's a fun adventure to think about ways in which I can slip these good things in and increase, the benefits to my family and to myself. I mean, I'll just, eat them right out of the fridge. It's not, for me, it's not that much of an issue. But, when you're talking about a 6-year-old and a 15-year-old and then, and a spouse who doesn't necessarily want to have vegetables, finding way, but who's coming around, who's really coming around, who's now starting to actually sort of crave them. But it's fun to rethink how I cook and how we eat. But finally, another benefit of these plants is that you can grow them in your garden, and they're attractive plants. And you'll see in the next video I have some turmeric growing, and I'm going to be propagating some ginger, and you're going to see how to do that and just how simple that is. So for now, go get some turmeric, go get some ginger, find ways to incorporate them into your diet, even if it's as simple as making the jamu, which, by the way, I've made it without doing the steaming. That whole steaming step is great, without taking that much time to heat it up and then cool it off and all that. Just sort of a raw version. It's super fast and super simple, so no excuses. Go out and get some. Eat it. Drink it. Be healthy. Bye.